Good day everyone, my name is John Lloyd Talaogon, BSCRIM 1, Section Hotel. Today we discuss the Fibonacci sequence. So what is Fibonacci sequence? The Fibonacci sequence is a type series where each number is the sum of two that precede it. It starts from 0 and 1 usually. The Fibonacci sequence is given by 0, 1 plus 1 equals 2, 2 plus 1 equals 3, 3 plus 2 equals 5, 5 plus 3 equals 8, 8 plus 5 equals 13, and 13 plus 8 equals 21, and so on. Numbers in the Fibonacci sequence are also called Fibonacci numbers. In math, the sequence is defined as an ordered list of numbers that follow a specific pattern. The numbers present in the sequence are called the terms. The different types of sequences are arithmetic sequence, geometric sequence, harmonic sequence, and Fibonacci sequence. In this season, we will discuss and answer the guide questions given by Sir Joel Plata.
So what is math concept? Math concept is defined as an abstract idea. Therefore, a math concept is generalized mathematical idea. Math concept are things like the ideas of counting, addition, and multiplication and division. Basic mathematical concepts have a long history. Counting was created long ago. There are many examples of ancient groups of people keeping count of various things and keeping records. The numerical system uses varied over time. Pictographs being used by ancient Egyptians to Roman numerals being used by the ancient Romans. But our current base 10-positional system called the Indo-Arabic system makes basic mathematical concepts such as addition and multiplication much easier to figure out.
The underlying ideas of math. Have you guys ever heard of the Fibonacci sequence? It occurs in nature, and it's a numeric pattern that has lots of cool implications. Now, the Fibonacci sequence is a series of numbers that was contemplated and published by a guy named Fibonacci. And the way this pattern works, you already know. You can take the first two digits, add them together. Add 0 plus 1 equal 1, and 1 plus 1 equals 2. And you would get the next digit that I would continue adding the two previous digits dots. This pattern creates something really cool if I were to start with a square 1 by 1 unit and then make another square with the second number or third number 1 by 1. 1 by 1, third. And then I would add to that a square of 2 by 2 so that its number is where I got. What happens here, you can draw a spiral through each of their successive squares. And what happens, my drawing is terrible, but it keeps going and it creates a spiral like a pine cone sunflower.
So, good morning everyone, my name is Reggie Mercadal, and the topic that I am discuss today is what math concept is fully discussed on your assigned video. So, the assigned video that given to me is Fibonacci sequence. What is Fibonacci sequence? The Fibonacci sequence is a set of integers, the Fibonacci numbers that start with a 0 followed by 1, then by another 1, then by the series of steady increasing numbers. The sequence follows that rule of each number is equal to the sum of preceding two numbers.
Concept that is fully discussed in the assigned video about Fibonacci. The Fibonacci sequence is a series of numbers in which its numbers is the sum of the two preceding ones. It starts with 0 and 1, and the sequence continues infinitely. The Fibonacci sequence can be found in nature. For the example, in the arrangement of leaves on a stem or the spiral pattern of the pine cone.
The Fibonacci sequence is a mathematical concept that starts with two numbers, typically 0 and 1, and then each subsequent number is a sequence of the sum of preceding ones. So it goes like this: 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, and so on, continuing infinitely. The sequence is named after Leonardo of Pisa, an Italian mathematician from the 13th century, who was also known as Fibonacci. The Fibonacci sequence has a numerous application in mathematics, science, and nature, and it appears in various fields including number, theory, geometry, art, and even the growth patterns of plants and the population of animals. It has intriguing mathematical properties and is a fundamental concept in mathematics.
What is about this concept? Cite few more real-world cases or examples that would show the concept. Math is everywhere. It can be observed or witnessed by our own visible eye. In mathematics, we have patterns and sequences. One of example of mathematical sequences is the Fibonacci sequence. Fibonacci sequence is about the series of numbers. In collecting this sequence to the real-world cases, Fibonacci sequence can also be seen as the form of split tree branches, and until the main trunk grows and produces another branch of tree. Then, one of the new stems of the tree's branches will produce another branch, and the other one will remain dormant. And it goes to the same procedure repeatedly.
Few more real-world cases or examples that would show the concept. The Fibonacci sequence is a mathematical concept where each number in the sequence is the sum of the two preceding ones, typically starting with 0 and 1. So it begins as 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, and so on. This sequence has numerous real-world applications, including this example: geometry. The Fibonacci spiral and golden rectangle derived from the sequence have application in geometry and are used in art, architecture, and design. This example demonstrate how the Fibonacci sequence and related mathematical concepts have practical relevance across various domains, from nature and arts to finance and computer science.
So my insights in Fibonacci sequence is: a Fibonacci sequence is a set of steadily increasing numbers where each number is equal to the sum of the preceding two numbers. So each number starting with the third adheres to the prescribed formula with the following 14 integers. So example. So nawag isulat diriya muna ang example. Ang kaning number diri kaning naglinya mga number muna sila mga kuan Fibonacci sequence. Time may dili mo na siya ang gani Fibonacci sequence. Tapos ang tawag nila is muna sila ang 14 integers. Kay 14 naman sila. 14 naman ay kabuok. So tawag nila is 14 integers. So para matawagan niyo yung Fibonacci sequence is kwan daw. Ang Fibonacci sequence is steadily increasing. So padako kibali ang Fibonacci sequence. So para ani 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13 na pataas. So, before na mo taas ang mga numbers, na ginatawag diri nga kuan. I-plus down nimo ang duha ka numbers. Sum of the preceding two numbers. I-plus to nimo sila duha. Then ang equal dayon ang kibali ang kaning example, ang kaning 1 plus 1. Munay siya itawag nga kuan kaning preceding two numbers. Then ang 1 plus 1 diba equals 2. Then ang kanang 2 muna siya ginatawag nga third adverse. So muna siya ang third adverse. So dira na ka magsugod para mo increase na ang mga numbers. Like for example, 1 plus 1 is equals 2. So ang munang third adverse 2. Then ang kanang 1 imo pud na siyang i-add sa 2. So 2 ay 1 plus 2 equals 3. Muna pud ng third adverse ang 3. Then 2 plus 3 equals 5. Then 3 plus 5 equals to 8. Then 8 plus 13 equals to 21. Then 13 plus 21 equals to 34. Then 21 plus 34 equals to 55. Then 55 plus 89 equals to 144. And 89 plus 144 is 233. Muna siya ang Fibonacci sequence. Ibali is kuan siya steadily increasing. Muna ta akong insight sa Fibonacci sequence.
These numbers have many statistical, mathematical properties and application. And there are some key insights. Number 1 is recursive nature. 2 is golden ratio. 3 is nature and biology. 4 is Binet formula. And 5 is Fibonacci in number theory. And 6 is locus numbers. And these insights highlights the intriguing mathematical properties and relationship of Fibonacci numbers, making them a fascinating topic in the field of math. Something that will definitely happen. Victory is now a mathematical certainty, synonyms and related words. Something that is certainly or likely to happen. The truth is, the kind of truth you get in math is rather low level of truth, tautological truth, and physicists use math as a tool. To whatever extent they are able to put truth in at the beginning. Math allows one to derive consistent results. The choice of what math to use have to be a part of the input and empirical choice.
Sequence is a set of integers, the Fibonacci numbers that start with a 0 followed by a 1, then by another 1, and then by a series of steadily increasing number. The sequence follows the rule that its number is equal to the sum of the preceding two numbers.
Certainly, something that will definitely happen. Victory is now a mathematical certainly. Synonyms and related word. Something that is certain or likely to happen. Truth. The kind of truth you get in math is a rather low level of truth. Tautological truth. Physicists use math as a tool to whatever extent. They are able to put truth in at the beginning. Math allows one to derive consistent result. The choice of what is math to use has to be part of the input and empirical choice.